您正在收看的是广东广播电视台。
Welcome to the English news on Vĩnh Phúc Radio and Television. These are today's headlines. Celebrating 75th anniversary of Vietnam's first general election. Vĩnh Phúc with new expectation in attracting investment. Vĩnh Phúc takes the lead in supporting enterprises and workers to overcome difficulties. Vĩnh Phúc delegation to the 14th National Assembly held a meeting to mark the 75th anniversary of Vietnam's first general election, January the 6th, 1946, January the 6th, 2021, and review its performance in 2016-2021 tenure. Attending the event were Mr. Trịnh Đình Dũng, Deputy Prime Minister, come member of Party Central Committee, Mrs. Hoàng Thị Thúy Lan, member of Party Central Committee, Vĩnh Phúc Provincial Party Secretary, People's Council Chairwoman and Head of Vĩnh Phúc Delegation to 14th National Assembly, Mr. Ngô Văn Dụ, former member of Politburo and former Secretary of Party Central Committee, former Head of the PCC Commission for Inspection, former National Assembly Deputy of Vĩnh Phúc, Mr. Lê Duy Thành, Vĩnh Phúc Deputy Secretary and People's Committee Chairman, Mr. Phạm Hoàng Anh, Vĩnh Phúc Standing Deputy Secretary, as well as other members of Vĩnh Phúc Party Standing Committee, former leaders and National Assembly deputies of Vĩnh Phúc.
At the meeting, Mrs. Hoàng Thị Thúy Lan, member of Party Central Committee, Vĩnh Phúc Provincial Party Secretary, People's Council Chairwoman and Head of Vĩnh Phúc Delegation to the 14th National Assembly, said, "It was a great honor to mark the 75th anniversary of Vietnam's first general election. Over 14 terms, Vĩnh Phúc delegation to the National Assembly has always innovated and improved their performance. Performing their functions and duties stipulated by the law, Vĩnh Phúc deputies have fully attended all sessions of the legislative body, studied and made numerous practical contributions to formulating the constitution and laws." Speaking at the meeting, Deputy Prime Minister Trịnh Đình Dũng highly appreciated the contributions of Vĩnh Phúc lawmakers to the National Assembly and asked them to continue renovating and improving their performance, contributing to the development and modernization of the province.
Many foreign investors have spoken highly of Vĩnh Phúc as a safe and potential destination. 2020 ended with challenges and difficulties posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. However, Vĩnh Phúc has well controlled the outbreaks and reassured investors by helping them maintain stable production and business while boosting growth, making a significant contribution to provincial economic development. These efforts have promoted Vĩnh Phúc image and boosted investors' confidence in a promising land for investment. In 2020, when the world focused on fighting the pandemic, in Vietnam in general and Vĩnh Phúc province in particular, people and investors still enjoyed a peaceful environment with production and business activities being maintained. Vĩnh Phúc successfully implemented the dual goal of fighting COVID-19 and developing its economy.
When working here, I feel that Vĩnh Phúc is not only an ideal destination for investment, but also a safe place to live and work. Vĩnh Phúc is like my second hometown. I will recommend it to investors wishing to invest in Vietnam. It's a really safe place.
Although Vĩnh Phúc was affected by COVID-19, but it still attracted 12 investment projects with total capital over $73 million. This figure proves that the province is always a reliable destination for investors.
When there were updates on the epidemic situation, the authority carefully explained and supported current businesses in particular and foreign businesses in Vĩnh Phúc in general. So I feel that it is a very safe investment environment even during the COVID-19 pandemic.
A new year has started as the COVID-19 pandemic has not been brought under control around the world. Vietnam and Vĩnh Phúc are now safe destinations for investors to maintain their global competitiveness. The province is also doing a good job of removing bottlenecks in its economy and supporting enterprises by accelerating the business and investment environment reform,
developing infrastructure and improving quality of human resources, hoping that new investment flows from global investors and large corporations will pour to Vĩnh Phúc.
Ladies and gentlemen, in order to promptly remove difficulties for people and businesses affected by COVID-19, as well as facilitate employers and employees to access loans, the government issued Resolution number 154, amending and supplementing Resolution number 42 on measures to support people facing difficulties during the pandemic. After nearly 2 months of implementation, Vĩnh Phúc is one of the leading localities in disbursement of loans to pay salaries to employees whose works have been suspended due to the impact of the COVID-19.
In order to timely, effectively and transparently provide loans to help employers pay salaries to laborers whose work have been suspended, the Vietnam Bank for Social Policies Vĩnh Phúc branch has stepped up communication on preferential loans as well as directed its branches to actively research demands of employers, especially enterprises, production facilities and schools.
We have coordinated with insurance agencies and district statistics office as they have a list of businesses located in the area and then assigned our staff, such as transaction staff, to meet or call enterprises. If they are eligible for preferential loans, we will guide them to submit documents.
As of December 31st, 2020, 4 businesses in the area have been eligible to access the capital of over 3 billion Vietnam dong to pay salaries during work stoppage to 790 employees. Providing loans for employers to pay laborers during work stoppage is a humanitarian policy showing the attention of the party and state to the people and businesses in need.
During the current difficult time, Vietnamese regulators and businesses well understand that stimulating domestic market is the best way for Vietnamese tourism to get out of the difficulties. Many programs were launched to stimulate domestic market as soon as the epidemic shows signs of being brought under control. Vĩnh Phúc tourism industry makes efforts to promote tourism and encourages businesses to improve the quality of tourism products and services, reduce service prices, and develop new products to attract tourists to the province.
Currently, tourism companies, units and destinations have made necessary preparations for the upcoming high tourist season in the spring. Instead of focusing on attracting foreign tourists as they did in the previous years, localities in Vietnam have strengthened linkage and coordinated solutions to stimulate domestic tourism and attract tourists to localities in the country. At the same time, localities have launched many tourism products with attractive prices, discounts and promotional packages for tourists. Many programs to promote and advertise tourism have also been stepped up, while safety measures are implemented to prevent the epidemic. Along with that, Vĩnh Phúc encourages units to develop new tourism products and strengthen the linkage between destinations and the supply chain of local products and services that are safe, of good quality and at reasonable prices.
For many years, Tam Đảo Bee Company or Honeco has focused on building its brand by improving product quality, applying advanced technologies in raising bees, harvesting, pre-processing, preserving and processing at the factory. That is the only way for Tam Đảo Bee Company to establish reputation and brand in the domestic and foreign markets.
To get ready to welcome tourists in the coming tourist season, Vĩnh Phúc encourages tourism service businesses to embellish their facilities, train their workforce and focus on improving the quality of their products and services, reduce prices while maintaining the product's quality, increase services and conveniences, as well as tighten epidemic prevention and control measures to ensure safety for tourists.
That's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.